The Integration Commission demands a hearing with Minister Bushati to disclose the objectives Albania will pursue for EU membership, with the opposition demanding to be involved in the process. The laws have been implemented, but citizens are not aware of how they work. Therefore, a strategy will be adopted by March to improve the legal education of the public. 13,000 state police officers will be subject to vetting, with Deputy Minister of Interior Julian Hodai explaining that the aim is to clear the police of persons under the influence of crime. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Wednesday, the 7th of February 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. After the presentation of the strategy for membership of the Western Balkans into the European Union, the Integration Commission has called on Foreign Minister Bushati to appear at a hearing, the aim of which is to get informed about the action plan by the Albanian government. Democrat MP Yorida Tabaku said that the government has the duty to involve the opposition in the process and, as such, according to her, the minister should inform the Commission on the strategy to be followed. The opposition must be included in the process, explained Tabaku. Socialist Blendi Chuchi agreed with the opposition's request before adding, the Commission must also monitor the process. The strategy defines the year 2025 as the earliest opportunity for integration of the Western Balkan region into the European Union. Citizens' access to knowledge of the law is fundamental in order to guarantee an effective justice system. In this context, a strategy for the legal education of the public has been drafted, through which the aim is to inform citizens of the new laws that have arisen as a result of justice reform. At a consultation table with representatives of civil society, the Deputy Chair of the Assembly, Vasilika Husi, said that this strategy could help improve citizens' ability to utilise institutions appropriately. I am sorry to say that, although it has been 2 years since it came into force, a good part of the laws relating to the organisation and functioning of justice, citizens do not manage to use those functions or access the laws that have been enabled. Better education in this way would avoid long and costly processes, explained Husi. For Vasilika Husi, the challenge for the legal education strategy remains the budget. One challenge we have is budgeting, because this strategy has a cost, she stated. This is the first national strategy for legal education of the public, and it is expected to be approved by March this year. After its adoption by the Assembly, work will be set up for the establishment of the network of employees as well as their training. Following the drug trafficking denouncement by journalist Anduela Labani on the programme 360 Degrees, broadcast by Aura News, the General Director of Albanian Radio Television, Thoma Gulci, decision to impose a fine on the whistleblower has sparked significant controversy. Becoming the subject of debate during the Parliamentary Law Commission, the head of the Commission, Albana Vokshi, declared the fine imposed as an act of pressure aimed at violating the right to freedom of expression. Anduela has signed a contract with the institution and she implemented that contract with precision. At no point did she violate the terms of her contract. Outside the official schedule, she is a free person, declared Vokshi. However, the ART's General Director, Gulci, underlined that the journalist has violated the employment contract by using materials and information collected while performing duties of work for the ART. It is not the first time that she has done such a thing. Such violations, once discovered, are punished, was the response of Gulci. DP MP Clevis Baliu underlined that the journalist has the right to speak out of office hours, and that if the ART is admitting to having the material to make the denouncement and did not, that only serves to make the situation worse. The role you have played is even more appalling if you are admitting that you had the information. No Albanian citizen can be prevented from expressing what they want as they want. This is a shame, announced Clevis Baliu. The MPs also debated the requirement for verification of qualifications for all journalists of Albanian radio television. The Government adopted the draft law on vetting in the police, and consequently 13,000 blue uniforms will now be subject to this process. The news was given by Deputy Interior Minister Julian Hodai, who said in a press release, "It is not the next broom, but the new positive energy that will be released." A mixed model has been selected where high ranks are evaluated by independent commissions with recruited staff from abroad. At other levels, the committees will be further integrated with employees who have already passed the assessment successfully, outlined Hodai. Hodai went on to give details as to the scale of this project to verify and vet the entire police force. The process will encompass the verification of about 13,000 employees, he declared. This draft was constructed following the consultations with the International Criminal Investigative Training Assistance Program and Mission for Police Assistance for the European Community of Albania, 2 foreign missions assisting the state police. Chief Prosecutor Arta Marcu has given clear orders to her subordinates at the Elbasan Prosecution Office, where just a few days ago the arrest orders for former senior road officials were signed. In an analysis conducted behind closed doors, the Chief Prosecutor has stated that Elbasan is a hotspot for sophisticated criminal groups who are present in the public life of the city and who invest both in the private market and in public works. She has asked for investigations to be conducted in a more efficient manner than that of the past, and that all current investigations into persons of interest or those with illegal assets be concluded appropriately. Reanalysing any unclosed issues or weak areas in the cooperation between the prosecution and the police has been another ultimatum set by the Chief Prosecutor. She asked her subordinates to be accountable before adding that the independence of the prosecutor does not mean independence from the law. Although she avoided a ceremonial cutting of the ribbon for the inauguration of the new building for the prosecution office, Marcu said that the new premises now meet the required conditions. 2 days ago, Arta Marcu gave a speech from Shkodra requesting a new era of a stronger relationship between the public citizens and the prosecution. Although the Albanian government has not officially accepted that the completion of 2 major investments will have a negative impact on the Albanian economy, the midterm 2018-2020 programme is predicted to display a significant slowdown from 10.3% to 4.8%. The economic programme explains that the investment slowdown is affected as a result of the completion of the TAP and Devil's hydropower plant projects that during 2016-2017 were the peak of development. But what impact will this have on economic growth? One economic expert, Selami Jepa, has predicted that the trend will continue to be around 4% in the next 4 years. Despite the significant slowdown in investment predicted, the government has also predicted an enormous reduction in the level of public debt. So, how can this be achieved? Well, according to Selami Jepa, the reduction of debt to below 60% by 2021 can only be achieved by lowering expenditure. The economic programme for the next 4 years focuses on fiscal consolidation and the implementation of reforms in energy and transport, which are considered the 2 sectors with the biggest impacts on economic growth. A few hours after Ardi Veliu took over the post of General Director, he signed the command of the Mitrac Ziu as the new head of Tirana Police. Veliu took over the role after the departure of Ervin Hodai, but given his recent appointment as the head of state police, Tirana's police will now be led by Ziu. The appointment of Ziu at the helm of the blue uniforms in the capital will last until a career officer is appointed to the post. Ziu has held the post of Deputy Director for Order in the Tirana Police for more than a year, and during this time there has been an increase in the presence of police whenever information was received about disturbances to order and security. Oilmen of the Balch plant resumed protesting in front of the Fier Prefecture office for their overdue salaries and to continue work. Representatives spoke on behalf of the 1,200 employees to express disappointment with their unfulfilled promises following the video conference with Prime Minister Edi Rama. Empty promises. We have won nothing, neither December's nor January's salary, nor do we have a continuity of work, the status of oilmen, or even worse, social insurance. "They have deceived us," exclaimed one of the protesters. Unemployment status has been rejected, determined as an unacceptable offer for the oilmen who seek the solution of a specialised status. "We do not know what status we have today. We are unemployed because they register us as unemployed. The prefect has lied to us at all the meetings we have attended. We will not willingly register as unemployed. We want our oilman status," declared another protester. The oilmen asked for a response from the county prefect of fear and warned again of escalations to the protests. The crisis erupted about 3 months ago after the withdrawal of the IRTC company, which had been entrusted with managing and operating the refineries. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.